Hi guys, hi. Welcome back to another episode. Hey guys, this is serious, okay? Now, we as content creators have our responsibilities. And also, if you're not a content creator, whatever you post online is there to stay. And in certain situations, um your videos are being reviewed, this, that, and the other, okay? But I'm just bringing this to you guys' attention so you make sure you get this out to Blueface and Krishan because it's too much going on the internet and kids are involved. This is a serious thing, guys. I bring no judgment. Blue is good with the kids. I'll give him that. However, you know, you just have to take cautionary because now someone has made a video here stating that Blueface needs to be canceled. So all it takes is one to get something started. So let's just begin, and I'm going to post this, and I hope that they really get the message for caution sake because what we don't want is to be divided as a family. Okay. Okay, guys. So this is for educational purposes only, and we'll just see what she has to say about it. I'm just delivering the message.
Glad the internet is finally
Let's get
collectively
started. Please
realizing that
subscribe on
Blueface's
your way
behavior when
in.
it comes to these women isn't funny. It isn't entertaining. It isn't just him keeping it real with these dumb girls. It's a sociopathic, narcissistic behavior pattern that is very toxic and very destructive.
Well, I don't think it's one for us to diagnose anybody. She's calling them a narcissist. That he's a sociopath, uh, a Satanist. No, we don't do that. That's not why I'm delivering this message. I'm delivering it for cautionary reasons. Let's continue.
And he should have been canceled a long time ago. He should have been canceled right along with Krishan when the entire internet turned against her, when they realized she was a nut. Instead, internet enabled, encouraged, rewarded,
Excuse
and
me,
made
guys.
excuses for all of the horrible behavior we've seen him display over the past few years when it comes to these girls. I've been watching this whole circus or whatever you want to call it for years, and one thing I've noticed with Blueface is that one, he knows exactly what he's doing, and two, he does what he does because he derives a sense of pleasure and enjoyment out of making other people suffer, specifically women. I remember the very first time I saw Blueface on the internet. It was a video of him running around his house with his phone out.
Guys, the truth be told, it's not like Blueface is a dangerous person. Not at all. I don't take him for that. But however, I think it's just for clicks and views. But under the circumstances, when you have people watching, things could really get out of control and other people could get involved. And this could get really serious. Let's continue.
Laughing and cracking jokes while Jaden and his son, who was like 2 years old at the time, were outside and she's screaming and having a mental breakdown and banging things into the house. And I remember thinking, like, dang, that's kind of weird. Like, why is he why is her being upset to this degree making him happy? Like, this is weird, But then as the years went on, fast forward a couple of years later, he's kicking her out of the house again.
It's people's clothes outside. Then you got this.
Please subscribe, guys. Thank you.
I don't know. They just had like a break shit-a-thon. Like, so that's just how it went.
Just for us to see Krishan moving in a day or two later. And they tormented that girl throughout her whole pregnancy.
You know, guys, ironic. She looks like the other girl Blueface has pregnant, doesn't she? She looks like her a lot. Let's continue.
Did people ever ask themselves, what did Jaden do to deserve that? Like, what exactly did she do that made him feel like he was justified?
Jaden needs to get off the internet too, respectfully. It's too much buffoonery. Let's continue.
In how he was treating her, and the games that he was playing, and the mental, psychological stress that he was putting her under while she was pregnant with his child. And he enjoyed every minute of it. him and Krishan were kikiing and cacaing, and the internet was kikiing and cacaing like it was funny. And I remember thinking, like, this is crazy. Like, why is everybody coddling this type of behavior? It's not that entertaining. Then we went through that whole phase where he had Krishan living in his house. She's pregnant.
It's not entertaining. It's a distraction. It's what it's called. Because these things happen in everybody's life in real time, not just on social media. Let's continue.
Doing all that crazy stuff, drinking in and out of the clubs and everything. And even her, people like to act like, oh, that's the one that he really loves. He was horrible to her. He drove that woman insane. Every time we saw Krishan and Blueface on camera, it was him provoking her, tormenting her, and trying to get a reaction out of her for no other reason than one, to run up his views, because I guess maybe he was making some sort of money. Even most recently with Nevaeh, again,
Bingo, because it is a way for them to make money, and they make a lot of money doing this. And this is what you guys have to realize. A lot of these things are staged, in my opinion. I'm not there. I didn't write the script, but I do believe that it's staged. But still, you have to be careful. Let's continue.
He goes out of his way.
Please
to
subscribe, guys.
break her down psychologically. Every single time he goes out and does whatever he does, it's like he can't wait to come back and tell her. And he has this feverish look in his eyes when he's telling her, waiting for her reaction so he can feed off the negativity. And I'm like, man, this is crazy. Like, he needs to be canceled. He needs to be canceled right along with Krishan. Both of them need to be canceled. They should have been canceled a long time ago. And it aggravates me when I see all these people subscribing to his Kick channel, so that in comments talking about, oh, my favorite show is on again. Why are you giving this lunatic your money? Why are you enriching him? Why are you rewarding this behavior?
I don't think he's a lunatic. Just so you know that, Blue. I'm just being honest. It's not that I'm taking sides. It's about right and wrong. Let's continue.
Behavior. Yes, these girls are dumb. Yes, to a certain degree, they know what they signed up for. Yes, if you allow somebody to treat you like that, at the end of the day, you do kind of deserve it. But my issue.
No, a correction. You never deserve that. I don't care. You have to be the bigger person. Somebody has to shut it down. Let's continue.
Is the double standard. If we can hold these women accountable for the role that they play in all this circus foolishness and all this insanity that we see, them allowing him to triangulate each one of them against each other, and that's another game that he plays. Remember, he used to triangulate Jaden and Krishan all the time. He was in both of their ears, lying to both of them. Had Jaden believing that he was just using Krishan to make money off her because she was so stupid and pretending to be in a relationship with him, and she's, on the internet popping it, acting like, you're just a dummy that we're both using, and he's bringing it all home to me. Meanwhile, he's telling Krishan, I don't really like her like that, posted pictures of her body. Remember, he posted that unflattering picture of her behind and had the whole internet laughing at her. And I think Jaden began to realize that time. If you remember that time when Blueface just popped up at the house with Krishan and Jaden flipped out, and then they left and got in the car together. And I don't know if you guys remember that video, but there was.
Guys, she remember a lot, huh? Kudos to her for that. But she had to have been watching the social media, but she knows a lot and she remembered a lot. Let's continue.
There's a video of them on live. I think it was like Instagram or something like that. And Krishan was saying that, me and her had a conversation, and, she was trying to tell me, he don't really mess with you like that. And Krishan told Jaden, like, he don't really mess with you like that either. That was him playing both sides. Like, he was telling them both lies. Oh, I'm just using her. Oh, that's, I just tell her what she wants to hear because that's my children's mother. I remember Krishan said one time, like, oh, he told me I'm his first girlfriend for real. He ain't never really had no girlfriend before. The girl that you were in a relationship with from the time you were in middle school, high school, whatever the story is, all those years, that was never your girlfriend. You had 2 children with her, but she was never your girlfriend. Like, this is the type of mind games he plays with these stupid girls, and they fall for it. And I feel like people need to stop enabling. They need to stop making excuses. People call out Karlissa all the time for how she coddles him, makes excuses, doesn't hold him accountable for nothing that he does. She'll flip the script, make everything everybody else's fault. Her son is the innocent one. Her son is the genius. Her son is the this, is the that. He can do no wrong. And I feel like people don't realize that a lot of us on the internet, not me, but a lot of people are doing the same thing. They make excuses for everything he does. Everything is a joke. Everything's funny. And I remember even she used to brag. She used to brag about, oh, he's the only man I ever been with. These other girls can't say that. Like, he had her brainwashed to think like, oh, yeah.
Hi, Karina. Thanks for joining. Please do subscribe.
Might cheat on you with these hoes and these other girls and everything, but you're better than them because no other man can say they had you and you sit at home all day taking care of my kids, cooking and cleaning.
Did you move on with another man?
No, I was pregnant. I was pregnant and just lived my pregnancy out and figured my life
So
out.
while he's building over here with Rock and doing all that on social media, have you ever left and been with another man?
No, I literally went to my cave. Like, if you ask any pregnant woman how it feels to
He's talking about the whole process.
No,
After the whole
but
process.
I went into a cave. I went into a cave.
So in the whole 3 years, there's been no other man.
No, I haven't had nothing.
So was that because you were sitting and waiting and hoping and just being a mom, or was it that you knew this would run its course and he'd come home? Where love was real?
Maybe a little of both. Maybe.
And I think she truly believed that until he kicked her out to move Krishan in, who represented everything he said he didn't like in women, everything he wanted to compare Jaden to all this time to try to make her feel like, oh, at least you're not like these other girls. Like, I just used them. You're the real valuable one. Remember how much he used to big up Jaden and talk about how great she was and compare her to Krishan and, Jaden's a good mother, Jaden's a this or that. That was all part of the brainwashing.
Okay. Yeah. Are you waking up in the morning with her in your home and then in the evening having sex with Krishan? Like, what?
No. So I probably see Krishan like 2 times out of the week, and then I'll be at home for the rest of the time being. And then once she left, I gave her like a week. I hit her up, come back, please. You feel me? Come back. She's like, no, I want to go get my own thing. I do my own thing. I told her I'll help you. We can put it in our names. No, I want to do it my way. Wait, let me finish that story. My way.
Go ahead.
Jason. The next bitch in, Jason. Get in the game.
No, okay.
If Krishan does something wrong, the internet calls her out immediately and holds her accountable. If Jaden does something wrong, the internet calls her out and holds her accountable. Nevaeh, the internet has been holding her accountable for the past few weeks for all the foolishness we've been witnessing. But for some reason, over the years, I couldn't help but notice that when it comes to Blueface, it's almost as if, and I don't know if it's like an internalized misogyny just in society as a whole, but I couldn't help but notice the difference between people holding these women accountable for the things that they do wrong and making excuses for everything that Blueface does and just laughing it off like it's something funny, like, oh, ha, ha, ha. Oh, he's so funny. Oh, I'll see a video of him just humiliating somebody, like just tearing these girls down, and people will leave comments under the video saying like, oh, one thing about Blueface is he keeps it real with these women.
That's because I'm sure most people that tune in are in their 20s, maybe even a few years younger. But a lot of adults watch it. He's on everybody's timeline, but a lot of this is coming from teenagers. So what do you expect? Let's continue.
I love Blueface. He just keeps it so real. And I'm saying, do these people not realize that this person is severely abusive?
Shit, I know.
I just think society as a whole.
No, you're not a piece of, Blue. You're very intelligent, but you just need to focus and stream that energy towards something more creative without all of the stigma to it. Because if not, you're going to have people like her, and there are going to be many, many more to come after you. And then, I don't know, but just be cautious. Let's continue.
The whole needs to stop coddling and making excuses for abusive men. They need to call out the abuse when they see it. They need to explain the red flags and signs of people who are abusive. People need to learn about narcissism. People need to learn about manipulation and how to protect yourself from people who use those tactics to control you.
Guys, being in an abusive relationship is not that's not it. And you should not allow it ever. You just shouldn't. It's not healthy. It's unhealthy. Let's continue.
I get how initially this whole Blueface circus might have been entertaining. It might have been funny, but I feel like once that baby was born, the way he was born, under the circumstances that he was born under, I feel like at that point in time,
She's talking about Krishan's baby, guys.
the circus stopped being funny. It stopped being entertaining. At that point, it wasn't a game anymore. It wasn't just stupid women allowing a manipulative, narcissistic, sociopathic man to play games with their mental health. Like, I feel like at that point, he should have been canceled right along with Krishan. And I feel like they should continue to be canceled because I see them trying to, like, you know, they were together last weekend and walking around, swinging each other around in the camera, looking all drugged out and crazy. She's running around without a tooth. I don't know what happened.
Guys, on the Krishan rock note, Krishan, you really need to have the baby checked at his primary care. You need updated medical reports in case anything goes down, so they can verify that you are in fact giving him his doctor's appointments and seeing about his physical and mental well-being. Don't take it lightly.
What happened to her eyelashes? Like, it's just, Blueface is a sadistic narcissist. Krishan is dangerously insane. Jaden is a pushover, and Nevaeh acts like she's had a lobotomy. As entertaining as this all might be, at the end of the day, every single one of these people need to be canceled.
Okay, guys, now you see where it's headed. All it takes is one to start a trickle effect. Now, this is for educational purposes only. Please do be mindful of what you're posting on the social media, guys. You don't want to get yourself into trouble. And I do thank you guys for joining me. And I will be back on mañana, first thing in the AM. I have another video coming up for you. Thank you to my all-in subbies. Please do subscribe and have a nice rest. All in Echelon Lifestyle. Thank you.